All right, so the next guideline is insert hyphens in the right places. So hyphens and em dashes are things that people get mixed up all the time. But basically, the rules that you need to remember are hyphens are only used for compound adjectives, and em dashes or long dashes are used for like almost interchangeable with the semicolon or but we won't go into that right now. So basically, think of a hyphen as something, as a describing, like it could be a noun, but it's going to be attached to the adjective that it's describing. Let's go to an example. That wasn't a really good description. So for example, first class ticket. So if we dissect this down, if it was just like this, the class ticket would only be describing the ticket, the class. But if you want both the first class ticket to describe the ticket, we need the hyphen here. So it's not just the first ticket, not the class ticket, it's a first class ticket. So that's one example. Next is world-class citizen. If it didn't have the hyphen right here, it could either be a world citizen or a class citizen, which is not correct. We need both world-class citizen and a hyphen. So let's look at a test example to see if we have it. Another thing with hyphens is if the adjective follows an ly, do not use a hyphen. You do not need a hyphen if it follows ly. So let's go to the test question. Which of the items uses correct punctuation? A, all the attractions of Disney use up-to-date technology. B, Prince Charming was so selfless when he waved his hand, or when he waved to me during the parade. C, the food at Disney is delicious. The restaurants may have many choices to choose from. D, Walt Disney is a highly recognized individual. And E, the biography of Walt Disney was well written. Okay, so I'm looking at this sentence and at D, because we know that highly ends in ly, we do not need a hyphen there. It would actually be okay if we just left it like this. So that is wrong. So D is out. Let's look at E. So E is wrong because well written, even though it could be well written in a hyphen, but it would have to follow a noun. If there's no noun after the, or before, sorry, if there's no noun after the hyphenated phrase, it's going to be wrong because it's not describing, it's not going to be an adjective. So E is automatically out. A or B, let's look at this. So selfless, I think, is misspelled wrong. You could actually just spell like this, selfless. Self is also a weird one where self-confidence is hyphenated, but selfless is not. So just remember that for your future purposes. So B is automatically wrong. And then C, the food at Disney is delicious. The restaurants have many choices to choose from. Let's see, this is wrong because the long dash or the em dash is only used for after a complete sentence, or think of it as a semicolon, but you're just continuing your thought. So C is wrong because the restaurants have many choices to choose from is kind of a dependent clause. It doesn't really end there. There's no completion. So C is wrong. But let's look at A. So all the attractions at Disney use up-to-date technology. Cool. So up-to-date, that is hyphenated, and it follows a noun. So I'm guessing that that one is correct. Let's see if we're right. Cool. A is correct. So basically, just remember with hyphens that use it as, like here, up-to-date technology. Use it as an adjective to describe a noun. If it doesn't follow a noun, it's going to be automatically wrong, and you should be fine.